but that's where we're going with it. We're building something really special for driving specifically, and I'll get up here in a few weeks and pitch to everyone that you know what I'm doing. So that's ottoosmoses.com.au. Tonight we have a few people who are going to be getting up. Before we do that, I thought I'd start off by looking at some of the achievements this week. So we'll do a little bit of recognition here. Gamers, are you in the building? You're in the building, just not in the room. Okay, so gamers have raised 20k this week, and they are launching Monday. So well done to gamers. Angela from their phone, are you? Yeah, there she is, beautiful. Angela tells me that Transport New South Wales has given her 1 in 4 shot. She's the 1 in 4 winner of the accessibility competition and has won 5k and future earnings as well. So well done. Great connection. You here? Yes. Featured in Sydney Morning Herald. Well done. Car Next Door, are you here? That must be next door. They've hired a new member experience person this week, so well done to Car Next Door. Ferrari Healy plays the programmatic role at Fairfax. Are you here, Ferrari? No? Driven off? Okay. Go far, Ian, Bueller. Go far, yes, go far. Mars Confectionery would like a 20-car trial. Well done. Mars a day, you've done in 20 days, excellent. Jess from Stash, are you here? Yes. That you again? Doing well there. So Jess tells me that she is holding a panel discussion at General Assembly on Thursday the 5th of February. This sounds like an unadulterated plug. 6 to 8 p.m. and it's free at General Assembly. She said, come along. Excellent. James, are you here? Bulk resize photo. We heard from James last week. So James got picked up in Startup Daily after a retweet from Fishburners. So well done to James. All right, so let's kick it off. Let's kick it, rip it. We're going to start very quickly. We're going to hear from Christian, who's going to tell us all about Hotel quickly. Thanks, Christian.
Hey guys, let's see whether this works. First time using my iPhone as a remote. Actually, Catherine yesterday asked me to pitch today. I wasn't really prepared for a pitch. So I thought because I'm new here to Australia, I'm new to pitch workers, instead of having a pitch, I just have an introduction. Have fun. So my pitch will be my introduction. I'm going to introduce myself, so because I'm going to be new around here, so that you know who I am and what I've did in the past. Then I'm going to talk about Hotel quickly and briefly, and introduce the concept. And yeah, that's going to be a voucher code at the end of this presentation. So if you want to download Hotel quickly, it's a mobile application, you can do it now, and then you can key in the voucher code at the end of the presentation. So myself, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I founded my first company when I was 15. It was a small IT company back in 1997. .com agent, so we financed basically on high school by creating websites, completely overpriced and sold it to small and medium enterprises, and it was a great way to finance our high school. After graduating from high school, I went to the army for 2 years, and after the army, I went to university and started my second company called CarParton. CarParton is an abbreviation for car type carton, which is a abbreviation for flash cards, basically. So it's a study aids company that we founded at the University of St. Gallen, where I studied. And from that study aid company, it grew to a publishing house. It's by now the largest publishing house in the education sector in Switzerland. It's doing quite well. That's more than London, so it's still quite big and doing well. I continued to study, and I studied at the University of St. Gallen and Erasmus University in the Netherlands, double master's degree in banking finance and international management, which then also brought me to Credit Suisse, so I entered the corporate world for a little bit. Joined their corporate development department as in-house consultant. It was great on one hand. It was a financial crisis, so we were basically restructuring the bank, and I learned a lot about what you shouldn't do and how you can set up a bank. But it was definitely for me. So entrepreneurship is my passion. So I went out of banking again and joined Rocket Internet. Many of you might not know Rocket Internet, unlike Asia and Europe, where this is basically a household name by now. Rocket Internet is the largest incubator outside China and the US. There's a number of companies globally. For instance, here in Australia, they have Iconic, they have HelloFresh, Sunui, some more ventures, and they're mainly into fashion, mainly e-commerce, anything that is like e-commerce based and mobile based as well. I started a company called Foodpanda, which is a food delivery company similar to Seamless or Grubhub in the US. Here it's a company called Delivery Hero. So it's a website that has a lot of different restaurants. You can order from any restaurant and basically Foodpanda to commission value. I was a global COO and CPO. I was based in Singapore officially, but I lived in Ireland because I started Foodpanda initially in Ireland. While doing that, I founded a fund in Switzerland called Swiss Funds Fund. We incubate own companies mainly in Europe. And it's also sort of an angel fund where we help early stage, seed stage companies get off the ground. And after Rockets, I started Hotel Quickly. And now when I get into Hotel Quickly, so what is Hotel Quickly? It's a mobile application, as I mentioned. It's mobile first and it's mobile only as well. So it's a mobile application for iOS, Android, and BlackBerry 10 as well. Anyone has BlackBerry in here? It's about the market share that we have. BlackBerry as well. It's still in Indonesia, a lot of people use BlackBerry, it's the reason why we developed it. It's iOS is the main app that's being used in most what we do. iOS, Android is second strongest, and BlackBerry is very, very strong. We list all the best 3 and 4 and 5-star hotels. The best means above average rated hotels. So from some TripAdvisor, the average of 4-star hotels, 4.5 stars. We only work with 4.5 stars and above of 4-star hotels in Sydney. So only with the best hotels. We're always cheaper than online. So to compare our rates with Wallet, Booking.com, Expedia, and these players, on average, they're 28% cheaper than these players. So same room, same view, breakfast. If it's included in Wallet, it's also included on Booking. So for that exact same deal, on average, 28% cheaper. But we're last minute only. So you can only book for tonight, or you can book for the next day. So you can book up to 5 nights, but the check-in day has to be today. This is basically how the application looks like. So you open the app, it will detect your location. If you're in Melbourne, it will show you Melbourne. If you're in Sydney, it shows Sydney. You have the best 10 deals available. You see here on this little red dot, that's a discount from the best price online. So it's this hotel, the hotel in Melbourne, is from the screenshot 34% cheaper than the best price online. So that's the cheapest price that we can find on any of the online travel agents. We're limited to 10 hotels only, even though we have a lot more hotels listed and teamed up with. We only show 10 deals in order to have hotels undercut each other. So we want to incentivize hotels who really give the best deals, best discounts. They want to make the application with no direct bookings, and it's for the user benefit because we get discounts. We type on one of the deals, you get to some overview, and then another tab basically you're done. So it's a very, very quick booking process. You can pay in almost any currency by now. And as I said, you can book up to 5 nights and you can check in today or tomorrow. We launched 1 year and 9 months ago by now, so in March 2013, in 6 countries and only 160 hotels. So it was really just the minimum viable product that we've put out there, but we had to launch. We had to launch in 6 countries because we're a travel app. We launched in Southeast Asia first. It's not much use of having a travel app, it's only in 1 city, so we launched regionally. Only an iPhone and Android, and then a few months later we had BlackBerry. By now, this 1 year and 9 months later, in 14 countries, we grew to 8 offices and 60 full-time employees. By now, it's about 700,000 downloads. We're growing quite quickly. At this one, so we grow by about 3,000 to 4,000 downloads every day. We have 150,000 monthly active users, so we really hit sort of nice nation, and people were really waiting for a product like this. Also, we managed to convince some investors to raise in 2 rounds so far about $7 million. That helped, of course, to finance the salary of 60 people, but it's quite an expensive business to build up. But we need a lot of people also for marketing for sales. That's really it. So here's the batch code. So if you download the application now, just key in fish burners, and it will give you $25 extra. Any questions?
Where most of your users now?
Users are still in Southeast Asia, so again, most focused in Singapore and Hong Kong at this point. We have a lot of users also in Indonesia and Thailand, which is markets are big. In Australia, they soft launched a year ago, and we hard launched in December, like last December, and we have about 40,000 users.
Where were you like the past 12 months, and what were you doing?
I officially live in Thailand. I lived in Thailand, where we have the head office, so most of the staff is in Thailand. The head office are headquartered, we're in Hong Kong, but Thailand's biggest office. I'm looking at the marketing and operations, so CMO and COO basically. And I came here to expand, so it's for hard launch, looking to recruit find marketing managers in Sydney and Melbourne, and we're hard launch in New Zealand in March. We're already there, soft launch, and also looking at
So is your sales and marketing in Thailand as well, or the remote workers?
We have marketing, for instance, performance marketing, social media marketing, etc. in Thailand, also copywriting, etc. But then we have local people on the ground, local partnerships. So for instance, because it's localized applications out there, in Vietnamese, in Bahasa, and Thai, etc. We need people on the ground that close local partnerships with Vietnamese companies in Vietnam, or Bahasa-speaking companies in Indonesia. But we have local people, but it's only for partnerships. Anything that can be done centrally, anything that's like mobile and networks, it's really fun.
With a variety of these sort of hotel targeted ads, how do you sort of combat fatigue both on the consumer side and then the hotel management side? Another ad for there to support it.
Well, our app is complementary to the traditional channels. So we're not here to replace, I go down and book in a farm and log it. Because if you're a family person, you have to take you go to Christmas, New Year, and somewhere to the beach, probably also going to book ahead of time. But if you're spontaneous traveling and you're unexpected new hotel, you miss a flight, and you want to have a room at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're left with the only option so far to just walk into the hotel and pay for walking there, which is very high. It's usually on that relations as soon as the day changes, you cannot book for the same night anymore because you can book until 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's really a complementary channel. Our users are not brand loyal, so they're not. And if you look forward to staying in the hotel, for instance, you're probably going to book ahead of time. You're going to book in the hotel. Our users, they just want to have a great 3 to 5 star hotel with the discount, but they don't really know which hotel they'll be in the application because they're limited and places. So it's really our users is an additional crowd of loyal members with users, and the hotel then fill up the room with these people. But we're not taking away the loyal members, and we're not taking away the people that are pre-booking because they need 2, 3, 4 rooms in the same hotel.
Any last quick questions? No. Right, thanks, Christian.
Okay, now I neglected to mention that this is a pitching competition, so later on at the end of it, you will have the opportunity to vote for your favourite pitch. All right, so now we're going to move on. Someone who's been here, gone away, and is back and is going to share his story is Sam from Feedback Loop.
You guys, first up, this isn't a pitch for me, so don't judge me. So probably new faces in the room. I was a member of Fisher's we came first in June 2013. No, 2012. So long ago. And then I was here for a year in 2013 working on a company called Feedback Loop. And about a year ago, I traveled through the US after hitting some of the kind of successes you hear about here. So, you know, we have a bunch of customers, we've got quite a bit of press, as even on Today Tonight, which might be one of the reasons it got shut down. And things are kind of going alright, but haven't quite hit the market in Australia, and there was an opportunity to go to the US, so I took it. And what I'd like to share with you quickly today is just some of the learnings. In short, things didn't work out quite as well as you hoped, much like all the startups, and kind of like a few different takeaways. Just so I know my audience, show of hands, how many people are working on a startup? And of those, how many of members of Fish Brothers? Okay, so huge member representation, that's awesome. It's confusing with so many flaws. Who here knows what Feedback Loop does or did? Okay, so they're like the old members. So what it was a service that helps businesses easily write testimonials or reviews on a customer's website. It can be easily embedded. There's a pretty big market for this. You've got a whole bunch of companies selling it at the enterprise level, make it really easy for companies to review infrastructure. And then there's a whole bunch of companies doing it for free in the e-commerce space. Kind of like mistake one was we tried to slot into a market that didn't exist yet, which was selling at B2B in kind of what appeared to be a easy market to sell to because there was like less competition there, but in reality it's just a very hard market to get into. If I was to distill like for all the, how many B2B startups are in here? Yeah, okay, go to more. So in B2B, the common mistake that people can make, I think we made this, is either basically you could be pricing in a way where you can afford salespeople. So our product, we like pricing like $49 a month, which is enough for people to sign up, self-service, and kind of sustainable on the costs of maintaining the product, but it's not sustainable on the cost of acquiring. If you need like a salesperson to sell a product like Feedback Loop. We were also finding, you know, we get a company like a web developer using it, and like, hey, let's go after web developers. But in reality, they'd only be ready to buy at a certain time when they really felt the problem, like they were getting a whole bunch of reviews or testimonials at a certain time. Like they kind of feel the pain. And, so it's just going to be very costly to identify that gap, and then kind of when this, we're going to prove this by trying everything. We realized it was going to be very difficult to grow the business. The business is still going as like a side project, but it would be kind of very difficult to grow it in a way that would be rewarding. So that's kind of one. It's like poorly product market fit, but there's some subtleties around like pricing and what it's like in B2B, and also timing, like the customer persona that you can actually sell to. Two other things in terms of just like, I guess, execution is missing the importance of UX. The idea of like where you do a kind of scrappy MVP, it kind of looks good enough, and your customers even complain of like quite a few would say it's nice, that's good. In the land of B2B, you can sometimes do great if you just do one thing really well with the best in class UX. An example of Feedback Loop is we had a system that helped you measure what's called like the Net Promoter Score. So you could do like a rating in advance to say how likely you to recommend the business. This is already like an added feature we probably shouldn't build. Point is, someone built a feature that just lets you do what was like a sub feature for us, and they did it really well in like less than a year. And they've got like hundreds of companies paying more than what we did. And yeah, they just kind of executed what was great UX. And one other component was they had a really good anchor customer, which was Rackspace, like an anchor customer investor. So it's like anchor customer, investor, great UX, and help you kind of sell into B2B a lot more easily. So that's probably like if I was to distill all the key learnings that I hope would be helpful some of you. Happy to take more questions on those in a moment. The other two kind of points are, how many people are you thinking of heading to the US? One? Anyone else? Cool. Two. Okay. Cool. And it's probably not much messaging there since it doesn't really affect many people in the room, but basically, like, you don't need to go over there unless you're at a turning point in your business. I don't regret going over there because I was over there and we chose to win and one of the business. Like, it's really easy to pick up other opportunities there and come there working with company for segment, which I was a customer of, and that's just like amazing. So it's like a really kind of happy ending for all of them because I'm working for a company in the US. I wouldn't otherwise have been able to. But yeah, basically just go over there if you kind of feel it can be worth going there if you feel like you're at a turning point and there's like a burning need to, or you just try everything if you can over there. It's a really good environment to learn because there's just so many more startups. And finally, most kind of helpful book I read was 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. I don't know how much that's recommended around here, but if you're doing like something having a network effect or you're trying to build a platform, it encapsulates a lot of the problems I've spoken about around B2B selling like that quite well. And that's the story. I also wish you all the best with your stuff.
Any questions?
Rob.
How much did you plow into the sales and marketing? Did you have enough money to really get that?
Rob, I think we didn't plow like we like ran Google Analytics campaigns. But I think it was more of a question like how many people were using it because the people like searching for like relevant terms or so less. And then on the sales side, like it would have been like hundreds and hundreds of companies. I usually pushed thousands, but yeah, we did like lead generation campaigns. There's like a huge checklist of basically things we tried on the sales side. And a lot of it was just like not the right timing. Anyone else? Right, cool. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
It's really interesting when you're doing a startup and the things that can go one way or another way. Now, I found out about the Slingshot Jumpstart program. It was brought to my attention, and I went on to the application guidelines page, and it said minimum 2 or 3 co-founders. Now, I'm a solo founder, so I could have chosen to walk away from that, but I said, you know what the heck, just do it anyway. So question 11, how many founders? 1. How long have you known each other? Since birth. When did you first meet? When I looked in the mirror. And in spite of all that, they still accepted it. So it's really important, just give it a go. That's all I can say about that. All right, we now have from Right Surfing, who were a recent tenant in here, who are just, no, we're not. Okay, we're moving straight along. All right, so Dane is going to come and talk to us about his mobile game called Skater. Now, it's interesting, when I was talking to Dane before, he was just giving me a little bit of a backstory about it. And I can see there was a lot of emotion there. And I can see that Dane's gone through a bit of a journey with this. And I'm really looking forward to hearing this journey, because it's one thing just to hear all the ups and the successes. It's another thing to hear the trials and tribulations, because it feels a lot more real. So, we all ready?
One moment, please.
All right, we're good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Dane!
Thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks for that intro as well. I know it was a very, very brief chat we had, so you kind of picked a few interesting things out of that. I guess to try and step outside of myself a little bit, I think it's probably been a bit weird just picking up people's comments to me in the last month or two, I think my kind of physical presence in the building has changed quite a bit. Up until about September last year, I was really grinding pretty hard. I think I probably no sun for about 8 months, and yeah, things got pretty unhealthy. So it's good to be on the tail end of that and getting some exercise, freshening up. So I'm going to talk to you about this thing that I worked on for like 2.5 years, really, really hard, and try and take you along through some of the things I learned along the way. Just want to ask you guys a question. Who here has a mobile telephone? What? You guys are so like early adopters. It's amazing. So you guys are probably aware mobile phones do games these days. Games are no longer played on consoles. So you know, I'm making mobile games here. That the space of gaming has changed a lot, and there's a lot of kind of new rules to how to play in the gaming space that have emerged. So I'm going to show you a bit about this game we made and how we kind of subverted a few of those rules, and it's going pretty well. So here's the launch trailer that we went to market with. Any skateboarders?
The 16 scary. And 12 can kind of land uphill. The ground's smooth to ride on, but it scratches you up when you fall. 16 is rough. But you gotta be ready. You can't just casually like if you're gonna go skating. Jim Greco, he went around with a tape measure to all the 15s and 16s and all the famous big spots, you know. And he said the result was that Hollywood is the biggest one of those spots, you know. The first time I went to Hollywood High was probably during the filming of The End. I did a lip slide, back then it wasn't really like a big spot. The only thing I really seen was Pat Duffy, with the slack cover, 180 no turn as well, where they had the beats there. When I did Guilt and Shove It Down, it was kind of a pain in the ass. I had to keep going back and back. For some reason, I had this thing in my head, like if I just go right at 4 o'clock on a weekday and just, I'll have to do it. A bunch of kids were there and were filming and it got sparked, and I'm just like, man, I'm the front side of this rail right now. When I just think of Hollywood 16, probably, and 12, I think of just front board on the 16. James Brockman switched frontside 50-50 bit. 360 bit, kick it back left, that's insane. All Lizard front nose, the 16, which is really insane. Some random kid, half-head feeble, 16. Senzo, frontside at the gate, out. Yeah, Moose is back 3, that's one. Moose back 360. I don't know, man. So much stuff in that.
Skater, yeah! Private viewing on the trailer there. How that trailer got put together is a whole other story in itself, but I'm glad you guys got to find out with it. Your legs laptop. Okay.
Okay.
Not good with computers, guys. Okay. So Skater, and this is just a little bit of gameplay as well, so you can get a bit more of a feel of, and I think you can see there's a particular flow, a particular interaction there. Yeah, so a bit about me. I have a weird kind of mixed background, technical backgrounds, and a bit of marketing. I worked in entertainment for a while, produced shows and stuff, and yeah, and then I was like, I really had this thing, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Used to watch The Apprentice a lot at my mum's place, and I was like, I can do that stuff. So yeah, in like 2007, got involved sort of with a startup, didn't go well. 2008, started a business with a friend, and we didn't know what we were doing. We started going to an internet cafe, and we thought we'd sell iPhone apps, because that was like the big thing back then. So we'd just ring up companies, literally from Yellow Pages, and we'd say, we've got a really good idea for you for an app. And they said, cool, what is it? We said, we'd send a Prezzo, because we didn't actually have an idea. We just rang people until they said yes. We didn't have iPhones either at that point. So we both went, and I had a $10 briefcase I got from P's with no laptop in it. So I go to these meetings, I was always really scared someone would be, can I just pull something up on your laptop? Be like, there's no laptop in there. It's just a notepad to weigh it down so it looks realistic. Got a lean like I'm walking with a laptop. So yeah, a bit of bullshit up the front, and we eventually convinced people to give us money to do stuff, which was really cool. I eventually found some things I actually liked more than trying to scam money out of people. And I like building things, and I found the whole process very interesting. I like the whole concept of design, marketing, how all these things fit together. Yeah, and I also got very interested in the interactive space, and started to try and push things towards gaming. So 2009, pulled in a contract to do a video game for Rip Curl, which was really fun. Learned a lot about that. Straight after that, did a video game with Renault Sport, again, kind of a brand partnership that was put together. And on the back of those two things, saw some really interesting dynamics with these games that were attached to existing cultures like motorsports and surfing, and that these things behaved and performed very differently on the App Store than typical games. So that led me to researching and thinking and looking back my own past. I was a skate rat when I was a kid, and you know, it's something that I guess I know a lot about. My technical background as well. I've kind of deconstructed the way skating works a little bit in my own head. So I thought, you know, maybe I could do a skating game. And initially I was just going to make something just for the fun of it, and you know, little prototypes to play around with. But had to think about it and ended up being really good. What I thought was a good business case behind it. So a little bit about skateboarding. You guys are probably aware that, you know, it's a bit more than a sport. It's something that, particularly in the core ages, like 13 to 17, it's you know, it's a way that you bond with people around you. It's more an identity and a culture than it is just a sport and something that you do as a hobby. So kids get really into this stuff. It becomes quite an attachment they have, and there's a real subculture there that's very strong. And it's something that the big brands, when you look at DC or Nike, that's got into the space recently as well, they leverage that. It's a whole pyramid marketing. The credibility of it comes from the core audience, and that spreads down into, you know, the casual people that just want to buy a pair of trousers. So yeah, skateboarding seemed like this real interesting space, and I thought, given what we saw about how surfing and motorsports have a different trajectory and behavior on the App Store, if we could make something for skaters, and I could really apply everything I know about skating, make something really great in that space, that, you know, we could have a product that performs very, you know, a lot better than the average game. Something I really, so it's kind of that whole thing of like narrow and deep, aiming for a niche, but also a niche that happens to be the biggest action sport in the world. You know, it has a really big following, despite being, you know, kind of a slice of the population. So the business case, having thought about it, really wanting to do it, didn't want it to be just driven by passion, but really tried to justify it. So, you know, I knew that there was a long lifespan. The first competitor that came to market was in 2008, and that's still in the charts. So there's Apple Touch Phone, which is still doing really good sales. So in the mobile world, that's like absolutely unheard of. But it's a similar behavior with all the other skating games. So there's really good indicators there. What we saw from the surfing game as well was there's a lot of organic traffic. New people get phones all the time. There's also existing people, and they're all just going on the App Store. Every now and then one of them searches for surfing to see if there's anything cool related to that. So we thought it would make a good skating event game, and we come up behind the searches that, you know, get a lot of organic traffic. You know, that combined with, we've done things like this before. There weren't many other players coming into the market. The guys that made like Tony Hawk and EA Skate, economics don't work out for a big studio in the mobile space for a game like this. And the small studios, very, very low likelihood that that a whole bunch of studios are suddenly going to know how to make a skating game. It's a real kind of special collection of skills that I think happen to match our skills really well. So yeah, no lose condition. We'd love to do it anyway, so I'm really just trying to convince myself. And the other thing was the potential to partner with skate brands, given what we've done with the other titles, which was a branded product. This time I thought, why not make a bit of own IP and do all those brand partnerships, but control the creative process and still leverage the distribution channels. So that really ended up working out quite well. So that was the big idea, was to make a game that captured the feel, the essence of skating, and you know, everything about it, from the cultural hooks to the feel, the motor skills, the acquisition of motor skills, reduce the whole thing, put all the fun bits in a mobile game for a few bucks. Yeah, so here's an interesting pro tip. I started with a bit of research on Facebook, and that ended up being like a really, really useful channel in many ways. So I see a lot of people trying to kind of build audiences and do content marketing and make money from Facebook. I would advocate thinking about using it as a research channel. I built up an audience of about 35,000 skateboard kids, and I did completely untargeted advertising. My goal was to see who responded to these ads. So I just sent stuff out and I promoted bits of content, stuff like that. And I found out a whole bunch of stuff from like secondary markets in Mexico and Brazil to the specific age ranges. I got to communicate with a lot of these kids. And I also was very validated, you know, when I put up bits of content, you see like this kid's response, one of my favorites, just 5 oh my gods, and then oh my fucking god again. You know, that's an emotive response, right? And then just positive stuff, people just hounding constantly for an Android version. Is coming up on Android, so really useful, and if it fits what you guys are doing, I advise trying that. So there's a few things that I think we did. I didn't really approach this as I'm making games so much as I'm just making a product for a niche that exists. I want to make a thing that speaks to this group of people that I know. Unique things. I think positioning was unique. And that includes the pricing. We came in at a $6.50 Australian or $5 price point, which is quite high. And that was against the advice from like friends of mine that work at Sega in the US and work really big game studios and stuff. No one thought that was a good idea. And I can't really say I know that it was the best idea. I don't know what would have happened if we went to a different price, but as an entry point, I think the fact that we came into a space where there are few competitors, but there's a strong association with the product and what it represents, I think that was, you know, a smart decision. And we don't have that trust hurdle to get over. You know, you see a lot of apps on the App Store like a bug. And that's because they've got to convince you that there's something worthwhile and reduce that friction or barrier to entry, and then they try and monetize you later. That's a whole free-to-play game thing. That's a whole different dynamic. So a lot of people are telling me, put in-app purchases, you know, lower the price, this and that. I think we had a pretty good entry strategy. Unique design, I won't go into this too much, it's very game specific, but I would advocate, you know, even for small space in your design cycles, like just digging into the psychology of things and whatever the current theories are. I think we built into the game some very core ideas that when you look at the good games in history, going back to like Mario Brothers and Galaga, there's a reason why those games were fun, and the rip-off games that looked like them and had plumbers and stuff, you know, sucked. And it comes down to these things of reward schedulings, you know, feedback cycles and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think the fact that we started the game design at that point and thought, you know, how can we really give players a satisfying experience, worked out well. The marketing. So this was something I kind of obsessed over through the whole, you know, development period as well, was everyone that makes mobile games and people that make apps as well. The App Store is a really narrow distribution channel, and everyone's vying for like an Apple feature. And if you don't get an Apple feature, you don't really have a lot going for you. You can get a bit of press, so that's pretty much it. So, you know, I was racking my brains, like, how can we hedge against this? I don't want this to be like single point of failure, a thing I'm relying on. Had some great input from Rob Wood at one point, who said, you know, don't build your own channels, like leverage other people's. So that was something I went a little bit nuts on and partnered up with 17 of the most core skate brands, including the highest traffic skateboard site in the world, and created these kind of in-kind partnerships. So we put your product in the game, we put your skateboard, your shoes, your park, and you give us distribution. You know, we'll work together to sort of promote your team, your riders, and each of these brands basically run a content business. That's what they do, is they promote their lifestyle and their kind of vibe by creating content, pushing it out through channels. So they all have like Facebook audience of 500,000 to 1 million, Instagram with a few 100,000, you know, this and that. So it all adds up to quite a big set of channels to leverage. Were you independent? Am I time short? 2 minutes. All right. I'm talking so fast already. So yeah, I'll just skim over this. You know, it took about 2 years to build. There was a lot of back and forth, spent time in the States. Skating as an industry was kind of hard to crack into, but very worthwhile. You know, persisting, trying to build those relationships. And then came launch. So the things that went well on launch were, I think the fact that we had things like that trailer and things like, you know, it's funny, but that Facebook audience of 35,000, which only costs a few $100 to build, people would see that and it just gave this like social proof, you know, instantly. And I think that combined with a high quality trailer, it just, you know, we got written up by IGN, who do console games, and they don't typically write about mobile games, but they give us like a front page feature, which is where like one of those big spikes you see on there came from. So I think it's just this, yeah, managing perceptions and social proof and leveraging all those things and having a high quality game. And we knew those journalists were kind of in the skating as well. So that went well. Leveraged some brand channels, got really good boosts off that. And paid channels, got app installs down to really good prices. So we're paying like $1 for installs through Facebook ads and earning, you know, $6.50 Australian back from them. So we had really good margins on those for a while. We got an Apple feature on launch. We're actually the feature with the launch of the iPhone 6. And we had some tech issues and had to pull the game like the day that it was live for that whole week. So I can claim to fame that we literally got like $0 from that. And yeah, I don't know how much money I lost from that. But anyway, so yeah, just go over this, the love, the feedback. Here's a guy, a kid went to Hollywood High the other day, took a photo of the game in Hollywood High, and sent it to us, put it up on the Facebook page. This is a cool phenomenon I haven't seen before. People just tagging 10 of their friends, you know, this is on Postmate, so we get this kind of viral coefficient from that. And yeah, just really great response. I'm really happy that we made this for that real center of the skate community, because it's big enough for us to make a good return on. And yeah, just happy kids and stuff. And this one I love. This was off the IGN review. You know, I said they usually review console games, so everyone's expecting like, you know, Tony Hawk or something for console, and this guy's like, I'm not happy about it, I'm still gonna buy it. So thanks for the $4. Yeah, sure. Look, we did some stuff over Christmas, worked really well. I'll write that up and put it on Facebook. Yeah, the memes, you know, nominated for Game of the Year by IGN, highest rated mobile skating game, featured by Apple, probably going to make $1 million the next year or two. We've got 500,000 bits of user-generated content submitted. Best thing I've ever done. It's been an absolute blast. Screw-ups, do I have 30 seconds to explain screw-ups? 10 seconds. All right. I said the whole thing about organic, you know, traffic, and this is something for a niche, so people are going to find it no matter what. We don't need to be in the charts. We don't need to be featured by Apple. And one thing I totally dropped the ball on was the keywords that you put into the App Store that actually help people find the app. So people couldn't find the app. So once that, you saw that drop off after the initial launch spike, it went down and it kept going down. And I'm like, why isn't it getting the organic traffic? It's because I screwed up the keywords. We've improved that now. It's back up. So don't screw those up. And yeah, I think things that I think worked well. You know, I picked something that I knew how to do, leveraged a lot of things, only focused on things that do well, and remove points of failure. And yeah, didn't just go with the rote kind of formulas that everyone, you know, seems to follow. So many people get into things and just kind of do what everyone else is doing. It kind of bugs me. So yeah, next ports, more money, more partnerships, more stuff. So that's it. That was more than 10 seconds. I'm sure. Yeah. When do fish vendors get products? Anytime, Mark. You got to get an iPhone though. That's actually required to play the game. Okay, I'll get you a T-shirt. Yes.
What's the size of your team?
Size of my team. I was like the main dev. I coded almost everything. I won back-end dev for 3 months, part-time. I had a full-time UX designer, Felix, who's here. Everyone knows, amazing UX designer for 3 months. 3D artist in Scotland, XDA, built racetrack for Need for Speed, a whole bunch of other games, and yeah, just which parts?
The launch?
The launch marketing. I actually 2 different PR companies do launch marketing. One freelancer who's ex-video game in the US, San Francisco. Another guy in Huntington Beach, where all the skate companies are. So he does, you know, PR for Etnies and all the big skate brands and stuff. So that was a few grand a piece, and I think that was a good decision because I didn't have to, you know, I could just push it out to them and do a good job. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
Are you getting any revenue from to becoming an ad company for like the skateboarders, like the skateboard companies?
Right. Am I getting any revenue from like promoting skate companies? No, and I'm not trying to. I want to keep those relationships on the even footing, so I don't want to take money to alter the product in any way. I think we're doing just fine, and we can use their channels to get these massive boosts and different rows and stuff. So, anything else? Cool. Thanks very much. Cheers.
All right, that was awesome, Dave. Thank you very much. You can't skip on a good video. Good video will take you very far. All right, so now we're going to do the voting. So we've got these. We're not voting. Okay, we're not voting. Oh, right, so, hey. All right.
Can I roll it?
Sorry. All right, so as you know, right, so being over here, they're not, but they're back, so here they are.
Thanks for the 2 minutes. Those of you who are speaking, I just want to keep you up to date to what we've been doing in the past few months. It's been very busy for us, and now we're wearing a brand new shirt. We've got a new product that we're launching today. And I just want to let you know that what's going on with Right-Surfing, what is still going on with Right-Surfing, and what is also going on for us every day with the same team. So in a nutshell, so we've been working with Right-Surfing for almost a year now. It's been going a good traction, but also while we've been doing this, we've been finding out a lot about managing independent contractors, managing having things moving around a city. And what we thought about is that a good idea also would be to launch something which would be a same-day delivery, grocery delivery service. So that would be very different from Right-Surfing, but in the backbone would be exactly the same thing, which would be managing basically people with their own time, with their own car, and then driving around the city doing the job for somebody else. So what's going on with Right-Surfing? Right-Surfing is still going, but we're actually been spending a lot of time building that website, and we're launching it today. So it's called Shopwings, and how it works is basically a very, I would say, plain online grocery shop. But in the back end, it's actually something that is pretty exciting, pretty different from what most have. So the way it works is that you actually just put in, where you are. and then the website tells you what stores you can shop from. Then you click and you see, for example, Kohl's. And then what we've done and been quite busy doing is we've put all the products that Kohl's has, or not all of them, because it's a long process, but we've taken pictures of all of these and we just put them online for you display. So you go and you do exactly the same thing that you would do at Kohl's, online, and you shop for it. So you go and then you select your basket and everything. Yeah, so you want some chicken and some whatever else. And then you can check out. So all that is the same experience that you would have on a, say, Kohl's online, Woolworths online. But then what happens then actually is very different from whatever else they're doing. And that's when the experience we have from Brightshopping becomes very relevant. So what we have in the back end is we have a fleet of shoppers who receive that order and then go with an app to the Kohl's that you've chosen. They go shop for you and then deliver the groceries to you within 2 hours. So that's where the powerful thing is. So you're already able to shop where you would actually want to shop. You can have it within 2 hours. Because typically the main thing from site like Kohl's is that they have a big warehouse somewhere in the outskirts of Sydney. And for them to actually go and do the picking and then delivery, it takes a lot more than 2 hours. So that's the offer. So again, it's the same delivery service. So what we want to do is saying, go to your own stores, we connect with the personal shopper, he's going to be doing the shopping for you and then deliver it to you. The thing that is also great about the model and why we're so excited about it is because that can happen for Kohl's, for Aldi, for any other shop that exists that is online. And potentially that is a way for brick and mortar shops to come online. And so what we potentially do is also that next time what we're working on is if you have, for example, a butcher that you actually really like, if you have a florist, anything that just somebody can go and pick up, you can just picture it on the website and somebody can go and pick it up for you. So that's what it is. We're pretty excited about it. It's been launched today. And so what we would love to do, since we love so much, is if you could give it a try, give it a go, and give us some feedback. So the thing that would be super valuable for us would be what are the products that you won't find on the website that would be great to have in there. Is the website good enough? Was the shopper nice to you? So all these things that will be helping us building that thing forward and push it where we want it to go. So we'll be distributing a few flyers. There's a code in there, so you have $10 off of your order. And you have also free delivery. So just to give it a try. If you do plan to eat over the weekend, and if you ever want to go to a shop, just have somebody do the shopping for you. The only thing you need to do is go on the website, try to find the stuff, then it would be great to have the feedback. So that's what it is. Thank you.
Just a few words. So it was a great adventure for 6 months in Fishburners. I think we did quite a small drinks when we left, but we earned the chance to have all of you here. So first of all, thank you for all of what we learned through the process in Fishburners. Like a lot of people have been very helpful. And then we grew bigger and we were scaled up in this room. And it was still great, and then we were wondering what was the next step. So now we're not in Fishburners anymore. We're in Surrey Hills. It's not that far. If you think that something you want to share with us, or if you have any questions of any kind about what it is to put to a team of 14%, people, just come to us. I think many people have our emails here. Ask us anything, and we try to come back here as often as we can to keep sharing what we're doing or what yes, question as well. So that was the first thing. And the second thing about ShopWings, that's of course it was hard to add another business on top of Brightsurfing. It was not an easy choice. It was not an easy emotional movement. The thing is, the reason why we're quite excited about it is like it looks even more scalable. And the crazy thing is that like we're putting Aldi online. It's the first time in the history of Australia that a cheap store like Aldi gets online. So we get to do many interesting things. Now, I think if you have any questions on what we've been through, what we've learned, or even on the business model and stuff, please shoot. I think it's a good time. Thank you so much.
How do you make sure that you have the products that are in the store on the website, and if they sell out, that it's still available, and how to make sure the prices are still?
So the first thing is our assortment is pretty new because we started very recently, and we have a new process afterwards, which is that our shoppers have the ability through their app to report what items are missing. Anything, and if the price changes as well, we know that through the app. So we can update our assortment. Let's say like 3 shoppers in a row who find one specific product, we will remove it from the assortment. And so it's a very good way to keep the store updated.
But then I think there's it's the same process as if you go to the store and you find your stuff. So what we're trying to empower the shopper to do is also make a judgment call on what is a good alternative choice. So what we have is a process of switching the product that's out there. So what would happen to you if you don't find your milk? You just go to the next meal, or potentially you actually just don't want that brand. So what we do is we have a process of saying, here's a list of stuff that I found in the order. Here's the stuff that I didn't find that I replaced it with. Are you okay with it? And then just give you a phone call before they leave the store. So that's what we're trying to do. So the price is, it's maybe down the track we're going to be like potentially integrated with those guys. But right now it's more like our assessment, what we see is happening. And what we're really trying to do is matching it up as closely as possible. Because it's not about like being extremely expensive or anything. We're trying to be exactly what's the price about.
That looks like a great service. Almost seems a bit too good to be true. Delivery for $8 body. How are we possibly going to make any money?
It's a good question. Yeah, well, right now I think it's really about scale. It's the same thing as ride surfing. So I think the objective here is more about how do you get the right penetration of shoppers. And why is it about scale? Because you have a huge productivity gain when you have a lot of shoppers everywhere. So the more shoppers you have, the closer it is for the shop, the closer it is for you. And so the more volume you're going to be having, the more tools you have in the market. So what we want to do is we're committed to do it. So we want to make sure that most people are using it and most shoppers are actually attracted to come in. So in terms of making money, if the answer is, the question is, am I profitable at $8.90? The answer is no. But I'm trying to hedge that risk a bit by not too uncomfortable and trying to make sure that I'm investing smartly.
Just for a time on that question, I like congrats on being the first market. Instacart second at all how important things like routing, batching, algorithms and things like that is kind of
Batching of orders?
like batching and routing, like doing lots of routing.
Okay, yeah, so you mean like having multiple stores for one order, for example?
Yeah, or like batching lots of orders together.
Yeah, so I think the same question. So it's it's the same problematic about liquidity. So I think the answer is it's very important to be as efficient as you can, so that the service as cheap as you can. So I think that the vision of this is that you can have people who can do multiple orders, who will earn enough for them to actually be out of the road, and for you to actually have the delivery incentive. But the short-term answer is for now that we don't do it. So we're trying to be as simple as possible, one-on-one. But it's definitely in the pipeline for us.
One more question.
Really quickly.
So how do you pay the people that shop for you to deliver it? If you're not making money and making losses, pay them, or how's that work?
So right now we have so they're independent contractors. So they basically are entrepreneurs in themselves. They have based in AD and stuff, and then we just pay them per order or per hour that they spend idle, basically. That's in a nutshell. So it's a differentiated model. So we're trying to have them as much as possible on the platform by taking them in now that they see that it's reasonable to do that. But then on the other hand, we're trying to collect some money from our deliveries.
Is this integrated all with transfer?
No, it's not. So in the beginning, we think about this, we say, okay, wow, so that's exactly the clip that you need, but actually it's very different. And the main reason why it's different is because you don't attract the same people who want to go and shop or who want to go and drive. And it's a bit different demographics of the people, what type of assets they need. For example, if you want to go be a good ride surfing or UberX rider, for example, you need to have a car and you need to be on the road potentially in different hours. So that is the difference.
All right, we're going to wrap it up there. Thanks very much. All right, so that's everyone for tonight. We're not having voting. Everyone's a winner. There is food. Now we're going to eat quickly because there's another function in here right after it at 6 o'clock. So eat, drink, be merry. Thank you very much.
Just 1 second.
Sorry guys, just a quick note, so you can be quick, but feel free to head to Link 2. Maybe we can grab the water or something up there and continue doing, bring some booze up with you. But, thanks very much. Sorry.
And if you are here for the event at 6, we have your room crew. So if you're here for the event at 6, there's different crew.